I'm Dick Osborne, and one of 3 pilot in commands for Placid Land Sea, and we're all very honored to be here and flying into Europe from the United States, bringing this particular airplane back to D-Day for the 3rd time, the first time in 1944. The journey over actually started months ago for us, preparing the aircraft, preparing the routing, planning, coordination for everyone en route, hotels, fuel, flight plans, everything. So it's been quite a long process. And it was done all by the volunteers involved in this effort. So the actual flight over, by comparison, was the shortest one. But definitely it was the coldest one for all of us, because these airplanes are not particularly well heated. They're not particularly well cooled either, so you're either very hot or very cold in the back of them. And it was a long flight, all done at low altitudes. There's no pressurization, no oxygen systems, so we're limited basically to 12,000 feet and below for most of the flight. Most of this flight was done around 8 to 11,000 feet. Considerations being the best winds for the airplane, trying for a tailwind, which seldom happened, and avoiding icing and cloud conditions wherever we could. So, the long flight, our longest leg was utilizing ferry tanks, 10 hours and 40 minutes from Goose Bay to Reykjavik, Iceland. And we happened to have a beautiful view as we passed over southern Greenland, absolutely clear. Beautiful to see the glaciers calving off into the sea, and then flying over the ice cap, which we cleared at 11,000 feet where we were. Beautiful day indeed.
My name's John Gronis, and I can only add to what Dick said about the preparation to come over here. I'm another one of the what we call pilot in command PICs on the airplane, and I haven't been flying the airplane as long as a couple of guys, but it's been about 2.5 years, and it's quite a wonderful experience flying this plane. Yeah, this airplane was built in 1942, delivered to the Air Force at either end of 42, first of 43. It flew the southern route to get to Europe, which meant it went down to South America, across Ascension Island, over to Dakar, up to Morocco, and then to Great Britain. Then it stayed there, and the crews that flew the airplane did training and practice, and then on D-Day they was part of the 800 and probably about 20 airplane flotilla of airplanes that crossed the English Channel to start the invasion of Europe. After D-Day, the airplane was used in the Battle of the Bulge. It towed gliders over the bridge at Remagen during Operation Market Garden. It did one of the first airdrops on Germany, and then finished out the war and went back to the United States. So.
Yeah, my name is Moreno Aguiari, and I am responsible for the marketing, media, and part of the planning for the D-Day Squadron flight from the U.S. to Normandy. The D-Day Squadron is essentially the American contingent of C-47s and DC-3s that will celebrate the 75th anniversary of D-Day at this event called Daks over Normandy. About 5 years ago, Placid Lassie and Whiskey 7, the only 2 American airplanes that flew to Normandy, took part of Daks over Normandy. And legend goes that at the end of the event, around a beer, the guys decided to make it bigger for the 75th anniversary. So here we are, 5 years later. Essentially, we have 15 airplanes coming from the US now, and I believe another 15 coming from all over Europe. So we'll find out in a few days, but everything goes well, there will be between 30 and 35 airplanes flying across the channel in a few weeks. We are here to celebrate, the heroes that helped liberate Europe 75 years ago. So I'm expecting really to meet a lot of new friends that I hope to meet younger generation and kids and be able to inspire them by telling them the story of these veterans, the story of these planes, and the story of the men who flew and maintained these airplanes and jumped out of these airplanes.